Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where today I'm going to be talking about this next Call of Duty game that's coming up in the next November, 2017 Call of Duty game, who knows, and I'm assuming it's coming out in November because like literally every single Call of Duty game comes out in November, but recently we found out that Call of Duty 2017 will be boots on the ground, right? And on Call of Duty on their Twitter page say that this next Call of Duty game is going to be going back to its roots, so it's pretty cool, right? That's awesome, but that's not really what I'm going to be talking about. I'm not really going to be talking about that's going to be boots on the ground. I'm actually going to be talking about if Sledgehammer Games can pull this off. Can Sledgehammer Games bring the fans back, and is there still hope for COD? Like, is there still hope for COD left if it's going back to its roots? Because I'm just letting you guys know that just because this next Call of Duty game is going to be boots on the ground, because like the past 3 Call of Duty games we have not had a boots on the ground one, and people are a little bit upset by that, but just because it's a boots on the ground Call of Duty game does not make it a good Call of Duty game. The reason why I am bringing this up is because the last Call of Duty game, I'm not talking about Modern Warfare Remastered, I'm not including that at all. The last Call of Duty game that we got that was boots on the ground was Call of Duty Ghosts, and if you guys remember, in that game, no one liked it. No one liked Call of Duty Ghosts. In that game, there was just lots of things people just did not enjoy. They didn't like the color scheme of the game. It was just too dreary and gray and not enough bright colors like Black Ops 2 had. And also, there was no freaking UAV, which was probably the biggest disappointment. I don't know where the hell Infinity Ward actually came up with the idea. Like, why was there no UAV? I've never really understood why they put in SATCOM. It's the dumbest decision they ever made. But personally, I did like Call of Duty Ghosts, mostly because I was kind of good at it, and the reason why I was probably good at the multiplayer was probably because there was no UAV, now that I think about it. But that's besides the point. No one liked Call of Duty Ghosts, right? And that was the last Call of Duty game that featured boots on the ground. And so this next Call of Duty game is going to actually be boots on the ground. There's no advanced movement. That is actually officially confirmed by Activision, Call of Duty, and Sledgehammer Games themselves, right? Which is pretty freaking awesome, I think. Now, just because it's going to be boots on the ground, they all, Call of Duty or Activision, whatever you want to call them, those people, right? The producers, developers, all of them, they already said that this Call of Duty game is going to be like it was, like it's going back to its roots, back to its original peak as it was like in Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, those kind of days, right? That's what they mean by roots, is what I'm assuming. Now, who knows if when they say this game is going back to its Call of Duty roots, I don't know if we should believe them with that, because this next Call of Duty game might contain things that we see in these recent Call of Duty games. For example, this next Call of Duty game might contain specialists or combat rigs, right? Just because they say it's going back to its roots doesn't mean it actually is. We might still have specialists. Just because it's boots on the ground doesn't mean we'll have specialists or combat rigs. We might still have specialists and combat rigs. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, custom kill streaks, which is actually something we haven't seen since Advanced Warfare, which was actually made by Sledgehammer Games. Custom kill streaks, if you guys don't know what that was, back in Advanced Warfare, you could customize your kill streaks by making them slightly better, but once you did make them better, it would actually cost more points to earn in game, so that way you can use them. It was pretty much kind of like that, so maybe we'll have custom kill streaks. Also, gun variants is a huge thing, right? So, Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare were the 2 Call of Duty games that actually has gun variants, and so when Sledgehammer Games made Advanced Warfare, they first introduced supply drops and gun variants. So this next Call of Duty game, maybe we'll have the exact same thing. Maybe we'll have supply drops and advanced supply drops with gun variants in them. And who knows, just because it's a boots on the ground Call of Duty game doesn't mean we won't have supply drops. Remember that, guys. Now, another thing is that remember during the beginning life cycle of Black Ops 3, when it first came out, there were supply drops, and they were cosmetic only items, and people were pretty happy about that. They're like, oh, there's no weapon variants in the game, there's no weapons in supply drops, they're all cosmetic, it's pretty awesome, right? But then they kind of fell down and they added weapons in supply drops, which didn't make people happy at all. Same thing with Modern Warfare Remastered. When that game first came out, there was no supply drops at all. Then all of a sudden, without a warning, literally there was no warning, no one really knew this was going to happen, supply drops all of a sudden got added to Modern Warfare Remastered, and it made people really mad. and supply drops in Modern Warfare Mastered were all cosmetic items. You could get like some melee weapons, but that wasn't really a big like deal. But then all of us, and then like in not Infinity Ward, but Raven Software said they'll try to make supply drops cosmetic only. But then what do you know? The other day we just got an update, and now there's weapons and supply drops. So every time there's going to be supply drops in a Call of Duty game, there's always going to be weapons in them. In Advanced Warfare, what you got out of supply drops were customization outfits and weapon variants, which they purposely did that. They purposely added weapon variants from the start of the game when they've been developing it, but then they realized that was a big mistake over time because people didn't like that, and then they just brought it on to these later Call of Duty games, and just no one likes that. So this next Call of Duty game, I have actually pretty good faith in Sledgehammer Games. I actually like them a little bit more than Infinity Ward, just because they communicate so well with the Call of Duty community on Twitter, and they have lots of feedback with the community, and they add stuff in their games constantly. Like, holy crap, they still put things in Advanced Warfare to this day, even though I don't think anyone even goes back and plays that game anymore. So they're pretty good at like adding content into their game. Now, of course, what the thing that the kind of curse that what Activision and all these Call of Duty developers have right now is that when they think of adding more content into the game other than like DLC packs and stuff like that, they think of adding stuff in supply drops, which is completely dumb, because of course we now can earn like keys or crypto keys, whatever you want to call them, in game, which is in-game currency. You can pay for supply drops, but I don't know, it's like still yeah, cool, you're adding stuff into the supply drops, but we still have to play like crap ton of matches just to earn the keys to open up those supply drops. Or why maybe I'll just spend $20 and pay $20 of supply drops and not get anything good. Maybe they'll all be duplicates, who knows, right? So no one likes a supply drop system because they're always going to fall for the fact it's never going to be cosmetic only. That's something that I think we can all agree upon, is that when a supply drops go into a Call of Duty game, it will never ever be cosmetic only, which really sucks, because if they can actually pull that off, if Sledgehammer Games actually does have supply drops in this next Call of Duty game, and they end up being cosmetic only for the entire life cycle, and when I say life cycle, I mean the entire year, and after that, holy crap, I would personally drive over to like Sledgehammer Game Studios and give everyone a high five because of how great they did. Because Raven Software said that they'll try to make their supply drops cosmetic only in Modern Warfare Remastered, and what do you know, there's weapons in that game, which is very, very dumb. So like what I'm saying, you guys, is that just because it's boots on the ground, just because they say this next Call of Duty game is going back to its roots, doesn't mean we'll have all these features that we've been seeing in these futuristic Call of Duty games, like specialists, custom kill streaks, gun variants, and of course supply drops, right? So who knows? And another thing, I just kind of want to put my opinion out here. I'm not going to go into detail on this. I don't think that this next Call of Duty game is going to take place in the future, and I also don't think it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. A lot of people think this next Call of Duty game is going to be Modern Warfare 4, but I think that's really Infinity Ward's job. I think Infinity Ward should make Modern Warfare 4, not Sledgehammer Games, and that's a totally different story why I say that. I think it's going to be a World War II game, just because one of the developers, who's like he's a pretty big head dude for Sledgehammer Games, I think it's Michael Condrey, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure that's who I'm thinking of. But anyway, he actually likes World War II, or not necessarily likes it, but he likes the idea of it, like putting that in probably like a game or something like that. He likes the idea. He just likes learning. He just loves history and war and stuff like that. So I think we might be going back into the past here, not a modern kind of Call of Duty game. I think we're going to go back into the past where it's like World War II or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or Vietnam Call of Duty. That will probably be pretty awesome as well. I'd like to see a World War II Call of Duty, though. I think I would really like to experience that, but just want to point that out there, you guys. Like I said, just because it's boots on the ground doesn't mean it'll be a good Call of Duty game, because look at Call of Duty Ghost. That didn't turn out so well. So we'll have to wait and see. I can't wait to see what Sledgehammer Games has up their sleeve, and we're going to be getting leaks here pretty soon. Like, we always get leaks for next Call of Duty game during like the springtime, like April or something like that, and of course during the summertime we start getting trailers and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be pretty exciting to see what's going to happen. So anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating for what you guys feel this video deserves, and comment down below if you guys think there is still hope for Call of Duty, or if you guys think that Sledgehammer Games can actually pull this off. Can they actually bring the old Call of Duty fans back into the Call of Duty series? We'll just have to wait and see. So comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already for more Call of Duty videos later in the future. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I shall catch you guys later.